On the toes, on the toes, on the toes. There you go, on the toes. On the toes. Ah! I was trying to move like
So his punching power and his physical size is the only thing that I really have to worry about. But who knows? Once we get in the ring, we don't know how I'll handle his punching power, his size. I've been fighting bigger guys my whole life, so I'm pretty familiar with.
What do you think about Terence Crawford calling out Canelo?
You know, I don't like that fight.
Why not?
I don't like that fight. It's just too much weight. You know, and
In preparation for his September 13th matchup with Canelo Alvarez in Las Vegas, Terence Crawford has formally begun training camp. Crawford already has a complete game plan in place, so it's not just any camp, according to people close to him. He isn't making things up. He's come to win, not merely to get by due to the size differential. His management says Canelo has never faced a battle like this before and believes Crawford will demonstrate that he is the best complete boxer in the sport in this bout. But let's catch up because boxing experts are still giving cautions.
Crawford is going to fight Canelo because even if I have some doubts and misgivings about the size matchup, it is two action fighters who like to fight aggressively at times, not all the times, going against each other, and we'll see who can open the other person's tuna can, so to speak.
In a recent interview, one of Crawford's closest friends, Bernie the Boxer Davis, stated unequivocally, "No sparring partner can mimic Crawford. Nobody can imitate his timing, his ability to change stances, or his motions." Davis is not referring to the usual hype around fights. Having witnessed Crawford's inner workings, he exudes confidence. Furthermore, he feels that Canelo is unable to adequately prepare for Crawford's style.
Big dudes all my.
Because they underestimate your bud.
It's just, even if they didn't, I'm gonna beat you up. You know, I can fight.
Right.
You know, so if you watch, like, all these dudes bigger than me.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't care, but I'm gonna find a way to win, no matter what.
In September, are you gonna pull this? I shook up the world. I told you. I told you. I told you. I told you. I told you.
Definitely. That's definitely.
Crawford's strategy centers on managing space and tempo. A slugfest is not what this will be. He is aware that facing Canelo head-to-head would be a bad idea. Crawford is focusing on remaining flexible, employing angles and feints, and keeping Canelo off balance. Not only does he change postures to brag, but he does so because it disrupts combatants' rhythm. Rhythm is what Canelo thrives on. For him to plant and throw, his opponents must be in front of him and remain still.
Cook Canelo. I think he's gonna cook him. I think, Canelo a hell of a fighter, but I think Bud's got all the tools to beat him.
You don't think the weight difference is gonna be too big of an advantage?
I think y'all make that something, in certain fights,
Boxing makes it something, not us.
like if this was like a Benavidez, he's actually a lot bigger than Bud, so that would like apply. But I feel like with Canelo, he's like physically kind of big, but like height wise, he's kind of small. So I don't think so. No.
According to Crawford's camp, it won't occur. According to some observers and fans, Crawford will attempt to move, counter, and irritate Canelo over 12 rounds, just like Mayweather did in 2013. Crawford, however, is aiming for more, according to those close to him. They claim that he is not going to fight to win. Rather, he is going to use tactics that Mayweather didn't even need to rely on to defeat Canelo handily, round by round. However, not everyone is falling for the Crawford craze. The size disparity is cited by critics. Crawford is rising from 147, whereas Canelo has been fighting easily at 168 for years. This will be a different kind of battle, even though Crawford has stopped almost everyone he has faced in recent years. He will be up against a man who is bigger and stronger by nature, able to take a beating and move on.
Boxing casuals, the sport is called boxing, not knockout. Listen to Bud Crawford explain how he beats Canelo Alvarez.
I don't gotta stop him. I just gotta beat him. I'm not going in there looking to knock Canelo out. Could it happen? Yes, absolutely. You know, when I look at Canelo, he's a smaller, bigger guy moving up in divisions. You know, being that these big guys is slower.
Breadman Edwards discussed Crawford's perceived undervaluation as well as the threat he confronts. Edwards stated that Crawford's timing is unique and that his layoff won't have any negative effects on him in an interview with Fight Hub TV. Edwards noted that it's uncommon for Crawford to appear rusty, regardless of how long he's been out of the ring. Edwards also spoke bluntly when asked if Canelo could get hurt. Anyone can. He mentioned fighters with chins, like Duran and Holyfield, who were finally clipped. It only need one clean shot, particularly if the timing is ideal. That's the timing. Of Crawford, he remarked.
Great chin, though. But anybody could be hurt on any given night. Don't ever think a guy can't be hurt, man. Ever think some of the best chins I've ever seen have been clipped. Holyfield, Duran, you know, anybody could be clipped, man. Anybody could get hurt. Anybody could go down. It can happen to anybody. Don't ever believe that.
What do you think about the layoff?
Crawford?
Yeah.
You know, it's always affected, but every time he lays off, he never looks rusty.
Stays in the gym.
Yeah, he's one of them guys that never look rusty. So I don't really, it applies to a lot of fighters, but he defies the logic behind that because he don't look rusty with his layoffs.
What makes him so special?
Oh, man, I don't think you got...
Manny Pacquiao shared his thoughts as well. He initially dismissed the altercation with the brief remark, "Good for Canelo." When pressed, however, he offered Crawford a straightforward bit of advice. Depend on style and pace. Pacquiao has experience taking on larger opponents. Because he prevented them from setting their feet, he beat men who were far heavier than him. Crawford, in his opinion, has the same best shot. Don't stand still, don't swap, and don't plant. Continue to move. Continue to move your hands. Instead of a fight, turn it into a chess game.
Think about Canelo versus Crawford. Crawford's moving up like 20 pounds. What do you think?
Good. Good for Canelo.
Good for Canelo?
However, that's easier said than done. Canelo's poise is currently his greatest asset. Having been in more than 60 battles, he remains calm. Judges recognize that he still throws the harder, cleaner blows, even though his output has decreased considerably in recent fights. He's winning rounds with one or two good body blows or uppercuts, even when he's not throwing in volume. Crawford's group is aware of this and is making plans accordingly. Crawford needs to remain out of range when Canelo counters and land more frequently and cleaner. He can't allow Canelo's great moments to influence the judges or the audience.
Crawford, you know, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. You know, it ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that you can.
None of that matters to Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. He thinks there is a mismatch in this fight. He has stated unequivocally that he believes Canelo will defeat Crawford in 6 or 7 rounds. For him, size is more important than talent or intelligence. He believes that Crawford is not doing it for legacy, but more for financial gain. Chavez stated that weight classifications exist for a purpose, and he intends to follow it. He is also not alone. Many traditional boxing fans concur with him. They don't think Canelo, who isn't just at ease there but dominant, can be defeated by someone who started at 135 and then jumped to 168.
Con todo respeto, él va por el dinero y Canelo lo va a noquear.
The two fighters are going to be different weight classes, even though they're going to fight on a specific weight. He believes that they're just going because of the money, Crawford, but probably Canelo is going to knock him out.
Would you rather see Canelo fight Benavidez because of the weight is closer?
Crawford has never lost consciousness. He has hardly ever encountered significant difficulties. On September 13th, however, Chavez and others believe that will change. It makes sense. Canelo strikes harder. He is able to walk through gunfire. Additionally, he will land if he corners Crawford, and smaller men will fold when he does. Chavez believes that Crawford will be on the canvas when this battle is over. At 195, Canelo is the favorite according to the betting odds. Although they don't claim it's a blowout, the odds makers are giving Trump a significant advantage. Crawford's odds are respected by the betting community because he is currently at plus 155. Right now, a Canelo KO is offered at plus 430. Although that's not the most likely scenario, it is a possibility. The public's divisiveness is shocking. Some supporters believe Crawford is capable of pulling off the upset. Others think the disparity in weight will be too great.
Old school. Old school has to become new school. When he starts going up in weight to fight a Canelo, it's against the rules. If I drive 100 miles an hour in London, it's against the rules. As much as we may want to see a Canelo against a Crawford, the weights are wrong, and so it cannot happen. The fight you should be looking for is a Chris Eubank Jr. against a Canelo. That makes sense. That I would back. You're from Brooklyn?
For more updates, subscribe and leave a comment below.